Let me ask you, have you had days when you're up like this, high performance state, and the next day you're like kind of down and everything's a bit of a drag? Now the question you may be asking yourself is, Tim, how do I really get myself into a high performance state and really stay there? Because that is the key to really becoming a successful entrepreneur, maintaining a high performance state throughout the day. Well, in this video, I wanted to reveal to you the 3 secrets that will help you to really remain consistent with the energy output throughout the day. It's not going to be so much of the roller coaster ride that you may be currently facing right now. And this is a question that one of my mentees, Chantel, came to me with after I was speaking at an event. It was my flagship marketing event called the Online Marketing Intensive. And she came to me and she said to me, Tim, you've been literally spending 10-hour days on the stage. I'm absolutely shattered. The audience is shattered. How is it that you're speaking, your energy is like super high and you still seem like you're alive after all of this? Literally, like I spent like 30 hours plus on the stage, and I was like, after I was on the stage, I would prep my slides and I would get hardly any sleep, but my energy was still high. Now, what is the secrets behind that? Well, in this video, I wanted to reveal to you what really happens behind the scenes to maintain my high performance state. So without further ado, let's go on to the first point. The first point is all about the fuel you put in your body. Now, you wouldn't put shit into a Ferrari now, would you? And yet most people treat their body as a dumping ground. Don't expect to feel good, don't expect to be really energized if you're really relying on caffeine to actually pump you throughout the day. If you're relying on fast sugars, that's only going to make you slump after the high. What you got to have is a reliable carb sources, healthy fats and healthy proteins in your body to actually fuel you throughout the day. And make sure you eat light. I can notice when I've had too much to eat because I literally crash and I have to have a quick nap. This is where self-mastery comes into play, because you have to really begin to realize what your body accepts and the energy output that comes out of the foods you eat. One of the things I'll say to you is just to steer away from coffee. Coffee really causes crashes, and especially when people put sugars in their coffees and teas, it is really bad for you. Steer away from caffeine if you're really wanting to be a high performer, because it just isn't consistent with the energy output. Because one moment you'll be high, next moment you'll be down. You want to get to a state where you can just energize yourself naturally by hitting the gym, getting all the blood flowing, and that's really how you go about just maintaining your body with the right fuel. So going to the second point I believe really would change everything for you. Now, there's research carried out amongst athletes who consistently broke world records. What the scientists was trying to figure out was what was the consistent patterns that athletes had when they were constantly breaking world records. And what they found out was this. It was really intriguing. They found out that the athletes that consistently broke world records had a different mindset from those who didn't. You see, the ones who broke world records were coming from an ethnocentric mindset, which is focused beyond themselves. They were saying to themselves, if I reach this goal, if I break this world record, what will it do for the community? What will it do for others? This is the importance of coming from a mindset that's not based on ego, which most of the people out there are. It's all about goals to do with themselves in regards to how much money do I want to earn? What sort of business do I want to create? What sort of life do I want to live? If you're just focused on you, it's very hard to be energized. The moment you run out of energy, you're going to give up. But the moment you focus on others and you focus on contribution and serving, everything shifts. You see, when I was on that stage, energizing everybody on the stage, now I was focused on the audience because I needed their energy high so they retain more information. Let me ask you, if you was able to do that in your business, thinking about how your customers' lives would change as a result of you continuing in regards to hustling and getting the projects and the marketing material out there, let me ask you how much more work you'll be able to get done, thus really change the lives of the customers who would benefit from your products and services. This is a mindset you got to adopt as an entrepreneur who's wanting to really squeeze every drop out of a given day, is to come from an ethnocentric mindset, to ask yourself, how would me continuing through this really help and serve the entire planet? And realize that everybody depends on you to continue. The moment you stop, the whole world will stop as well. It's coming from that bigger vision, having that bigger why in regards to why you do what you do. That's really what keeps me fueled, because I realized, if I stop, guess what? Other people will suffer also. So have that big why that's fueling you and extend beyond yourself, and you realize your energy will naturally increase. Now, going on to the final point, the third point, is all to do with state management. You got to realize when you're feeling low, that is a state. When you're feeling high, when you're feeling excited, and when you're feeling at a really peak state, that is a state in itself. So you got to ask yourself, what is happening in regards to your physiology when you're feeling absolutely pumped? Because it's about anchoring that feeling and getting into that feeling now. It's a skill you have to develop. But one of the ways you can do this is to firstly realize the state you're currently running. Okay, it's a pattern that you're running that's making you feel low. And you got to do something to interrupt that pattern. Okay, maybe it's to go and get a cold shower, because that will really shock your system. Or maybe it's to simply just meditate. Or maybe it's to go out and just go for a quick sprint. But you got to snap that state. Once you've broken that state, you can basically just get into state, right? You can jump around like this. You'll see me behind the stage as you're jumping around. I'm trying to change my breathing. And then once I've changed my breathing, guess what? The state has been broken. And that way I'm going to feel very energized. So it's very important to understand that there are several stages of states that you're running. And so it's very important to notice the state and break it and embed a new state that you want. Step into that state you really want to be owning. And so that's why breathing is so important. And I'm not just talking about breathing that you do every day, but it's about deliberate breathing. Try this. Just take a deep breath in like this and out. And just try that 30 times. It's called deliberate breathing. And you'll notice just by doing that, forceful breathing like 30 times, you'll notice more energy. In fact, this is something that I make everybody in the audience do. And I'm going to show you a quick clip of it just so you can see how cool it looks, okay? As you can see, we're doing a different version of the deliberate breathing, but after you do this, literally you feel a burst of energy because we've broken the state that we're running. Before this, the audiences, the energy was dipping because there's only so much knowledge we can absorb. So I get them to do this deliberate breathing exercise, and guess what? Our energy's back up and we can retain more information and actually get more results. So those are the 3 secrets. Literally go and try it out and you will notice a huge difference going forwards with your business and getting more results out there. Hope this video helped, Insider. If it has, please click that like button, comment below. And if you want to ask me any private questions, I'm going to chuck a link to my Facebook page, Success Insider, and you can drop me a private message there. I'll drop a link into the description box below, and I'll also chuck a card above me right now. So click through right now to drop me a private message. And if the question resonates with me, I'll actually create a video around your question, and we'll give you a personal shout out as well. Anyways, Insiders, just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, my friend, follow your heart and take action. And go live an energy-fueled life that you are born to live. Speak to you soon.